Well, here we have the corner, the crossroads if you like, between Mijana or Copper Street and Pańska or Maiden Street. We're in the previous ghetto area. Some of these are older older buildings, but in the main the buildings were completely destroyed. This one's old and decrepit, needs to be probably pulled down. Anyway, there's nobody in there now. Somebody's come here and written in English, using probably the remainders of some tapes that were there already. My family's roots, and then further here, yanked out, torn away. So presumably that's somebody who, maybe they don't even speak Polish now, but has people from Warsaw, maybe from the Warsaw Ghetto in their lineage, and feel bad that they can't get to see the place, the family home that they used to have. All I can say to that is, without reducing the bad things that were done to the Jews in particular during the Second World War, which of course is goes beyond condemnation. The actual expectation to be able to go somewhere and see your family's roots is actually not something, and then feel bad that you can't find them, is not something which is unique to the people that have survived a Holocaust. It's actually, seems to me, to be the way that most people end up. Most people, and there's me, I'm going to be 50 in about a year and a little bit's time, so 48, just turning 49 next month. Of course, all of these buildings that you see, these tall ones which are all new, they weren't here. I mean, I don't come from Poland, I come from obviously England, but if I go to the places where my family lived, okay, they weren't, I'm not trying to compare it to the people who survived a Holocaust, but if I went to the places where my family came from, do you think I'd see their houses? Do you think I could still see the houses that I lived in when I was a little boy? Well, some of them I can see, that's true, that I can see some of them. I can see even houses that I lived in when I was well, actually, my parents' house is a house which I lived in from the age of 8. Then there was another one that we lived in for a year when I was 11, and then we moved back again because we were quite shocked at what we'd done when we moved to it, and wanted the old place back, and we got it back. Even the place we lived before that in Hemel Hempstead, which is a 1950s council house, and really a bit on the due for replacement side, that's still there too, and I've shown on my channel these different things from time to time. But if I go earlier than that, the places, for example, which during the 1950s and 40s my parents, grandparents, where they lived, quite a few of those are not there. Schools that I went to, they're not there. The hospital that I was born in, Danesfield Hospital in Jarrow, is not there. It's not there. It's gone. So you don't have to be a Holocaust survivor to discover that your family memories or your memories are bulldozed into the ground, that your roots are yanked out and torn away. And it is sad. I don't blame the person for feeling frustrated going there, looking at that and deciding to put that message in tape on that building. I don't at all blame them, but if it's any ounce of comfort to anybody, I would just say that is something which is common in a greater or lesser extent to almost all of us. And of course there's only so much space that can be built on, we insist on building on them again and again, pulling down what was there before, building something hopefully better. It has to happen. I'm not suggesting that we need to stop doing it. To some extent we can incorporate older buildings into newer buildings where it's important for that to happen. I'm glad that it happens, even if it's only a facade or something. But in the main, especially in Warsaw, wherever you look, there are cranes. There's the crane up there. That's building the Warsaw Spire, Chelamco's Warsaw Spire. It's going to be the tallest building in Warsaw. It was delayed. That crane moving over there. That's going to build what's going to be a very impressive building. But what it means is that whatever was there before, what was there, of course, was a brewery. So that means that the beer, the old Królewskie Warsaw beer that people might have enjoyed growing up, they won't drink that anymore. So this thing here as well, that's also coming down shortly. That used to make books. People would read the books that it's made, but it's not making them anymore. And it'll come down in due course and be replaced with something else. Renewal, renewal. But it means that your roots have got to become a little bit like the roots of a pistia. I hope nobody thinks I'm being rude, but pistia is one of my favourite plants. It can multiply very quickly. If you don't know what pistia is, Pistia, then another one which is similar but much smaller is lemna, Lemna, and another one is riccia, Riccia. If you haven't guessed it by now, these are the names of various floating aquatic plants. They have roots well enough, but the roots go down into water. They don't hold that plant in one place. So the plant moves. It doesn't have any ability to control where it as an individual moves to, but it goes with the flow. And sometimes we have to be like that a little bit as human beings as well.